All right, hey guys. We're gonna do a quick little video, just some little extra fun stuff you can do with your tree before you submit it, and then I'll walk through the steps where you can turn that in and remind you how to save and share that with me. First off, I'm gonna open up Procreate again, and I got my tree painting here done. Before I open it, what we're gonna do today is just kind of experimental, and we're gonna have some fun with it. You can change colors around and stuff. Just in case something were to happen and you can't undo it, we are going to just kind of be safe, and we are going to select in the main menu here. We're gonna select the tree painting, and I'm gonna go ahead and just duplicate it. And that's just gonna make a copy. And that way, if I'm playing around with this and I mess up and I don't like what it's looking like, then I can always just delete that one and I have my original one still. So it's just a nice way to have a backup. Plus, if you do change things, then you have two different versions. So I'm just gonna open one of those, okay? And layers, I have all my trees. I have my bottom layer, which is my mosaic colorful layer. The first thing that you can do, obviously, is you can switch and decide which tree you like the best. Cool thing that you can do with the trees, make sure you click on that layer to highlight it. And then right now it's a black silhouette, but if I want, I can kind of do the opposite, and I'm gonna just select white, and I'm just gonna make my tree white instead. And that looks kind of cool, okay? If I want, I can even go to the background. I'm gonna zoom in really far, and I'm actually gonna make my grid white too. And that just completely changes the overall kind of feel and look of the artwork compared to that. Okay, so that's the first thing. You can kind of play around with that. I'm just gonna leave it black for right now. But that's kind of the first thing I wanted to show you. Also, the second thing, make sure you're on the background layer. And that's the mosaic layer with all the colors. Okay, make sure that's selected. And then we're gonna come over here to this little wand tool. And these are some filters that you can do. And the first thing I wanna show you with this, you can actually have some fun with the hue, saturation, and brightness. And if I want, I can just drag this slider, and it's gonna change the overall colors that I have painted my painting, but it's gonna change them to different colors. And you can kind of get some different looks, and it changes them all at once because it's going to adjust by the color that's already there. So you can kind of have some fun, and you can kind of maybe find one that maybe even like more than the original. Okay, so that's just something that you can do that's fun. And you can kind of move it back and forth, and you have a disco tree. All right, so I kind of like this greenish one. That's kind of cool. Okay, these ones are just the brightness. If I drag it all the way down, it's just grayscale. This is the brightness of the overall. So you can kind of play around with that. But that's another way you can kind of adjust and have some fun with it, okay? And remember, this is on a duplicate. So if I mess up and I don't like how it looks, I still have the original, okay? So this is all just kind of fun extra. Another thing that you can do, this is taking a little bit more away from the idea of the project, but I'm gonna go to liquify, and I can do swirls. I can change how it's going to liquefy. If I do expand, that's basically gonna take and push out a spot. So I'm gonna make my size about this big, and if I touch right in the middle of this circle, it's going to expand it out. And I can just click and undo it. I'm gonna make it about the size of this circle. And that looks kind of cool. Kind of stretched and made it look like almost like a sphere, which is kind of a fun trick you can do. If I wanna do something else with the liquefy, you could even do, there's twirl rights. Right, so you can kind of have some fun with that. I can do a bunch of different twirls. It kind of gets away from that look of the project, but it's kind of fun. kind of just turns it into an abstract, right? But it's kind of cool. Just some fun stuff you can do with it, okay? So I kind of liked this expand one. Just make it look a little bit more like a sphere. All right, so once I'm done, make sure you have selected what you want to see. Okay, I'm ready to share it. So I'm gonna go over to my wrench and I'm going to hit share, and then I want to select JPEG. And on that JPEG, it's going to give me some options. I'm gonna hit where it says save image. Okay, so that just saved it to my camera roll. So I'm going to tomorrow morning or Friday morning, obviously you're watching this right now, so this morning, I will have added a folder for Friday, and in that folder I will have an assignment for the tree mosaic painting that you can take your image that you saved and you can upload and submit it to that folder. That's about it. So there you go. That's just some fun stuff. And again, this is all on a copy, so I have the original still, which is an important thing. Okay, so now I just have 2 versions. All right, guys.